the beauty of Kabbalah is that you can explain everything that we're going through.
You know what? Jesus was a Kabbalist. Jesus was a rabbi. Christianity took a very important concept of the Kabbalah, which is love thy neighbor as thyself, and that became the foundation of Christianity. I was looking for the answers to life. Why am I here? What am I doing here? What is my purpose?
So the premise of Kabbalah is that our soul came to this world as a vessel to receive all the fulfillment that we're looking for, to be successful, to be happy, all the things that we crave and desire, but sometimes we find it hard to receive. Actually, we are meant to receive.
Kabbalah 1 pretty much brought me back to be alive.
Welcome in our new next podcast, Miami Drama. Our guest is
David Ghiyam.
Hi, David.
Hi, how are you guys?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So, David is a business person.
Yes.
He owns Merit Organics.
Yeah.
Would you please tell us more?
When I was 15 years old, I found a spiritual path called Kabbalah, which is like universal spiritual wisdom. Changed my life. And I saw it was so powerful. It was like the secrets of how to overcome challenges, have great relationships, understand your soul's purpose, and obviously become successful. I started to, around 1920, realize that I wanted to teach this wisdom. So I joined a nonprofit and I traveled around the world just giving seminars and teaching this wisdom. When I was around 29 years old, that's when we started our brand, Merit Organics. And so about 50% of my time now is spent teaching this wisdom of Kabbalah. That's how we originally found each other. I know you kind of saw some of my spiritual content, and then 50% of my time is also spent on the brand, which is activating my creative side and kind of bringing this global wellness. Merit Organics represents the higher quality and efficacious supplements because about 10 years ago, we didn't have liquids. Nobody was consuming liquids, with all capsules. Mm-hmm. We saw that people were, even with gummies, they weren't as efficacious, and so we kind of set out to create that new category of liquid supplements and bring that to the world.
So you went because of the Kabbalah or because of the,
Were you taking my products before or no?
I'm gonna go back. Okay, so I actually found David because I'm still going through my grieving process, and some of his work
talks about death, reincarnation.
Yes, we did. We talk about my late husband, and then we will go back to the Kabbalah teacher in a second. But David just asked me, hey, I had no idea he is owner of Merit Organics. Not even zero.
I cannot believe it. Didn't check.
No, I wasn't.
Because I don't talk about it on my profile.
No, he doesn't. And I'm not gonna Google his last name and see I'm not like a massage here or like so high. Come on. So he's like, he's looking at my feet. I'm assuming, and he sees I'm into sports. Like I'm working out. So he gets like, hey, can I ask you a question? I'm like, sure. He's like, what kind of supplements do you take? And what did I say? I'm going to show you. Actually, I have this text. Right. We're going to put it on the screen. I said, Merit Organics.
Right.
And he said, I can't believe it. I own the company.
Yes.
And guys, I'll be honest with you, when I was pregnant with my son was just, I manifested my son. I always want to be a mom. So I did tremendous research. What I'm going to give it to my kid. And when baby's turned 6 months, because I've given him vitamins, and here you are.
Yeah, most people are introduced.
I'm having goosebumps right now.
No, and I look back and remember, because most people are introduced to our brand when they want to start having kids, because we're big in the prenatal space and like the quality of it. Because one of the things that we do is that I don't think any other brand in the world does, is we test our products for 200 toxins, chemicals, plastic, like all the stuff that would make mom really scared to give to themselves or to their baby. We're testing for that in all of our products every year.
So I've been a fan since 2008, right? And now we are 2024. But I want to talk about the universe. This is the universe talking, right?
Yeah.
We organically met on that social media, and now we are here. I took Kabbalah 1, Kabbalah 2.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me more about Kabbalah 1, Kabbalah 2, because I'm not in.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe you have some tips, how it started, what I should do, why.
Sure.
Step by step.
So Kabbalah is universal spiritual wisdom that existed since the beginning of time and kind of explains our soul's purpose in this world. And what's interesting is, as I look at my demographic of my audience, it's virtually every religion, different spiritual path, even atheists, people who don't believe in anything, when they start hearing this content and it starts to resonate with their soul. So the premise of Kabbalah is that our soul came to this world as a vessel to receive all the fulfillment that we're looking for. So it's actually our birthright to find our soulmate, to be successful, to be happy, all the things that we crave and desire, but sometimes we find it hard to receive, actually we are meant to receive. There's a universal force of energy. Some people call it God, some people call it the creator, some people call it the universe, whatever you want to call it. It's positive, universal energy that is waiting to give to each and every single one of them. So the idea is, in the same way that, for example, I take the white light, and we talked about this before, the white light, when refracted through a prism, I get all the colors of the rainbow. When you take the light of the creator and you refract that, you have all the colors of fulfillment. So people are chasing love, wealth, health, friendship, certainty, peace. They're chasing all these colors. Kabbalists explain, instead of chasing the colors individually, if you do the spiritual work of building your soul to receive the light of the creator, by connecting to the light, your darkness goes away. And so all those colors that you're running after, they begin to come to you. So that's kind of the premise of Kabbalah. So Kabbalah 1 that you took, just go step by step how to connect with the light of the creator.
And how to build a vessel.
And how to build the vessel for that. Because a lot of people think it's about getting more energy. So for example, let's say a person is looking for a relationship, and I make the analogy of a light bulb. If you have a 60-watt light bulb, putting in 1,000 watts of energy is going to short circuit that light bulb. It's going to explode the light bulb. So a lot of people, they say, I want this relationship, I want that, I want this kind of career. They're asking for 1,000 watts of energy, but their vessel is still 60 watts. And that is why the energy is not coming in. So instead of going out there trying to look for stuff to take or look for a reality to take in, even if you are able to get it, you see a lot of people, they achieve certain success and then they lose it, or they get a relationship and they lose it, because their vessel hasn't been curated yet to be able to hold it. So how do you curate the vessel? That's really the question. So there's a lot of secrets here, but for a short episode, I'll just share probably like top 1 or 2. Number 1, it's all about your consciousness. Whatever you're thinking and feeling inside your head is 90% of what your vessel is. So, for example, if a person has anxiety or doubts, or fears, if you're constantly worrying about the future, or have regrets or guilt about the past, what kind of vessel do you have? This vessel, energetically, becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and then it cannot hold the light of the creator. It cannot hold your soul. It cannot hold the success that you're working so hard to get. You could be working really hard. You could be working so hard and have a great product and have great ideas, and still something not manifesting. Because it has to do with your vessel, which first step is your consciousness. So what I always tell people is, the highest vibration of consciousness to have is the one of certainty. Certainty. Even if you don't know what's going to happen, especially if you don't know what's going to happen, you have no idea what the future holds. Everything looks bad. Everything looks dark. There's confusion. You have to tell yourself, I have complete certainty that I already have everything that I want energetically. Not that I'm even gonna have it. That's also good. But to actually believe that energetically you already have everything. When you have this certainty, then that vibration expands your vessel and begins to attract that reality as well. That'll be the first thing I mention.
So, for example, after the Kabbalah 1, you felt any differences?
I just got the certainty. I mean, I was a little, I don't want to say confused in my life, but after losing my husband, you don't see the light anymore because you have this big blockage. There's a lot of guilt, and you're grieving I was grieving for myself, for Steven, and I also was grieving for my son. So I didn't know how to open the vessel.
How long ago?
3 years ago. So Kabbalah 1 pretty much brought me back to be alive again. And you know, you in the Kabbalah 1, you talk about, you know, the movie. I love the
destinies.
Yes, exactly. That we kind of we are in charge in a sense that you have to pause with pleasure, and then even if you don't, you know, like the movie, you can leave and go to another movie. But the actors are still the same. So it's all about how you react.
So I'll share exactly what I'm going to say. That basically, Kabbalah explained when you're born, the question is, do you have free will or your destiny already set?
Right.
And the answer is both. So when you're born, you're given a certain destiny where, imagine it's like a movie, and this entire movie is already pre-scripted. So every single thing is already determined. Now, parallel to this movie, there's other destinies, infinite destinies, higher and higher and higher, where all of them are also predestined already. The question is, how do I elevate to a higher destiny? That's what
you can jump.
Oh, okay.
How do you jump to a new?
Yes.
So you can get higher in your light. Like you get higher and closer to the light.
Correct. So like, let's say you go to a movie theater. Let's say there's 10 movies playing. Each of those movies are already pre-done, pre-written, pre-scripted. You can't change the movie if you don't like it. You can walk out of one movie theater and enter another movie, where it is also predetermined, pre-scripted, but it's a better movie. So in our lives, if you don't like the movie, you can jump to a new destiny. Now, how do you do that? The only way to jump is when you're faced with a situation that's painful. Pain, as soon as you feel fear or lack, like right now people are listening, and you're going through something in your life, something that's bothering you, something that's bringing you some form of lack or anxiety.
How to find it, you know? Because sometimes you are feeling that everything is great. I have a great life, but on the end of the day, you are a little bit sad. And you don't know what is happening, you know? You don't know the reason of it.
So when you start to crave and have a desire for this better life, and people have to be clear about what they want, because if you're not clear about what you want, the universe is not clear, so the opportunities won't come. But if you are clear, you say, you know, this is what I want. As soon as you have this desire, what happens is that the universe begins to send you unique challenges that awaken within your soul any negative qualities or traits that you have so that you can transform them. And that's what expands the vessel, lets the light in, shifts you to a new destiny. So for example, if a person has fear of abandonment, their soul came to this world with this negativity that they need to change. And they wake up in one morning and say, you know what, I'm ready to be in a long-term committed relationship. I'm ready to find my soulmate. What they're gonna first experience are the types of people that will come to activate their fear of abandonment so they can see it, feel it, and then make the decision to transform it. Unfortunately, people don't understand that. Spiritually, when people come to activate their fears, they lash out and they react to other people. And they start to close themselves off from these type of people. So it's not about the people. They're all messengers to come to activate our negativity, our fear, our lack, so we can become the higher version of ourselves.
And you have to push it through it because that's where the light will come.
That's right. When as soon as you feel the pain or the lack, instead of running towards instant gratification, this is what's called reactive behavior. Reactive behavior is any thought, word, or action that comes from fear or lack to connect to instant gratification. Every time you react, you disconnect from the light of the Creator, you shift to a lower destiny and you don't care. Now you may think that by being reactive, I'm getting what I want, I'm fixing the problem, but it's all an illusion. You may temporarily fix the problem, but you have now disconnected from the universal life force. Now, the reason is because the energy of the life force is one that is proactive, not reactive. And in order to connect with it, you have to have affinity to form with it. And that is why when we are reactive, we have disaffinity, and we're disconnected from this energy source, and then there's chaos. And that's the sadness people feel at the end of the day.
Well, also you said I saw one of the reels that if you meet somebody, it is a love relationship or a business relationship, if you're not gonna learn that lesson and if you're gonna continue to be reactive, you will have to repeat it. Yes.
That's right. So for example, let's say you go to the dentist and you have a great set of teeth, but there's one that's been hurting you. So the dentist starts touching that tooth and saying, well, you know, there's something going on here. And as he's touching the tooth, you're in pain, and so you start screaming at the dentist saying, hey, why are you touching that tooth? I have so many other great teeth, why don't we focus on the great teeth? And the dentist said, well, you came to me to find what's wrong so I can fix it. And imagine saying, you know what? I find this to be highly inappropriate. You're only looking at the bad. I'm going to go find a new dentist. And that's what people do. People will keep looking for a new dentist that will ignore
The problem.
Right. And obviously that sounds ridiculous when we're talking about it in the dentist format. But in relationships,
It's a great analogy.
the relationships keep jumping. We don't want people to focus on the problem as opposed to healing the problem
Yeah.
and then attracting the better reality.
But there's one more thing I want to ask you. This is from business people here. You told me, because you know my history and you know what I do for a living and all that stuff. You said that I can be a problem also for myself because I can manifest really highly something that doesn't belong
Yes.
to me.
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah. So that
And how we break that? How we break that?
So that's a very interesting thing. So one of the things that I realize is, type A personalities who have really powerful abilities to make anything happen in the physical world. You need to be careful because what if you manifest something that wasn't meant for you? What if you attract something that your soul wasn't meant to have? It's like, for example, let's say there's a certain amount of money you're supposed to make this year that's right for your soul. If you make too much, it's going to cause chaos, more than that amount. If you make less than that amount, you also have chaos. So the question is, how do you tap into what is right for your soul? And the way to just fix that.
Everybody wants to know that.
Yeah, I mean, when people hear that, like, well, I never even thought that there is such a thing as I can over-manifest. And
because this was actually first time when you brought this to light to me, I didn't even understand.
It's funny, I should probably make a video about this because I've never talked about it publicly. I spoke with you about it. The answer there is, you have to tell the creator, tell the universe, I want only what's meant for me. I'm gonna go out there and do my best and manifest what comes to me. So don't hold back. But you should tell the creator, tell the universe, please guide me so that only what is meant for me will come to me, and what is not mine, I will avoid. Let's say you're dating, and you find someone that you like, or they like you. You should actually step back and say to the creator, 1 second, if this soul is not meant for me, I don't want to engage. Because what happens is, if you override what the universe is trying to do for you, you try to manipulate the system because you're attracted to this person, you just grab them.
For your ego.
Your ego. That's the definition of ego. And then you start to have chaos. So one of the things I'm always doing before anything business related or any big decision or any project I'm working on, I'll just ask the creator, I'll ask the universe, I say it out loud. I say, look, if this is not meant for me, show me now. And if it is meant for me, you need the strength and wisdom to go manifest.
And even if you're not religious, you don't have to say creator, you can just use it as a form of meditation.
Totally.
It's a meditation because
it's a mantra.
Exactly. Well, there was one famous mantra you said, if you could ever say it every day, I'm everything.
Yeah, so that was one mantra vibrationally, because you will attract always the energy that you are. And so what we need to all work on is just elevating that vibration, going from doubts to certainty, going from anger to kindness. There's all these transformations we need to make. So one of them is when you leave the house. If you leave the house feeling that you're missing something, this is one of the worst vibrations. You want to leave the house feeling full, feeling that you already have everything. It's a paradox. If I feel I have everything, then I'll attract everything. If I feel I'm missing something, then you will repel the things that you want. Which obviously it sounds intuitive when we hear it, but we wake up in the morning, what we're thinking of is what I don't have. And then we walk out that door and we're looking for stuff. That vibration actually pushes it away.
But it also is discipline, right? You wake up every morning and what do? You write things down or
your routine.
Me personally?
Yeah.
So,
because all of that, what we're talking here, it can be learned too. Like you're not gonna wake up. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, "Hey, I'm just gonna attract everything because I'm everything." It's not gonna happen. It takes practice.
It takes practice, and you said it best. The most important thing is consistency. Not to be like a weekend warrior, where you just kind of all of a sudden do a lot and then you do nothing. Every day, if you could have a routine where the first hour of the day is devoted to elevating your consciousness, you will have miracles the whole day. For example, You wake up, you wash your face, you do all those things you need to do, you have a coffee, whatever. But you spend even a couple minutes asking yourself, journaling, talking out loud, mantras, whatever, or listening to some kind of spiritual practice, or even Kabbalah. Anything that helps you set the intention for the day of where you want your energy to be. The first 5 minutes of the day, which is the sea level of the day, is the most important. For the first 5 minutes, you're reactive or upset or not engaging in something that's high vibration, that often dictates the rest of the day. So I always tell people that first hour, what I like to do is, I do like to go to the gym, I do like to swim, but while I do those two things, I'm listening to spiritual classes and I'm actually meditating, especially while I'm swimming. I'll say the mantra as I'm swimming. I'll be like, I have certainty, I have everything, I'm missing nothing. And I'll keep reminding my body consciousness that this is the vibration I want to operate at the whole day.
And this is a person, you've been doing this for 25 years, and you continually...
I never miss a day.
See? Yeah. So a consistency again.
Amazing. I have to try. So how we can find you, because you did the online?
Yes.
Yeah, Kabbalah one.
Yeah.
We can meet you somewhere in, I don't know.
So people can follow me on Instagram. My handle is David Ghiyam. All my content is there.
We will put some links in the
Yeah.
website, of course.
Okay, great. That'd be great. And then I have a masterclass called Kabbalah1.com. And I have a level 2, I have a level 3. I created all of it for charity. I don't monetize my platform. And people can pay whatever they want. You can even $1, I feel like. The idea is to make it free and accessible to the whole world, while still supporting a good cause. So find me on Instagram. I have thousands of classes on YouTube, and I have a podcast with the Energy Boost that on Spotify and on Apple that people can listen to and just absorb content.
And also in Miami, you come to Miami now.
Yeah, so now I'm starting to tour.
Yeah, moving.
Not moving, but I love it here. I'm starting to tour around the world. Again, all for charity, different locations to kind of give seminars on prosperity or relationships. So I'm in Miami for a couple of days and you get a seminar this weekend, but I plan to come back every couple of months.
Oh, great. Nice. Maybe, our subscribers want to come and,
Yeah, next time I come, I'll let you guys know.
Perfect. Exactly. In advance.
Do you have any more questions?
Yeah. Did you have any Miami drama already?
Do I have any Miami drama?
Yeah. Positive Miami drama, of course.
It's funny, in LA we're in bed by 9:30, 10, and nothing is open past 10, which is very interesting. So when I got here, people are like, all right, we have dinner reservations at 11. I'm like, what? I'm like, is that brunch? Like, are we having brunch tomorrow? No, 11 p.m. And then we had another event last night. They're like, okay, it doesn't start getting going until 12. I'm like, what does that even mean? So, but it was great. It's interesting. In LA, you start getting tired and you want to go to bed. But when I'm here, I was out till late, and I was not tired at all. So I think it's the vibration of this town that everyone is kind of like, there's a frequency going on. But what's interesting is we were at someone's birthday, and just some very nice. Everyone was so nice. And there's this one guy, just so nice. He was sitting by himself, and something energetically just coming to talk to him. And I started talking to him, and like, oh yeah, I own this place. And he had such a big heart. He was not trying too hard. He was just a good man. And we became friends, and we connected. But I saw how approachable people are, how big of a heart they have, and that's been my only experience in the So I don't know if there's something different going on, but my experience has been warmth, cordial,
so
openness.
no drama.
No, only positive drama.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they're confusing about the, time.
Well, we can suggest next time you need to take a nap.
I realized
from 6 to 8 enough time.
We need a little nap next time we come here.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. It was amazing. We will link everything for you guys, and
you can check it. You can go click into the link. So you will learn more than me today, but I will start. I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.